Mix 102.5, the best mix from the 90s to now. It's Big Papa in the afternoon. And on the line, Jen from the Estate Planning Law Center on French Road in New Hartford, 793-3622, eplawcenter.com. Jen, how are you today?
Oh, I am wonderful. And yourself?
Very well. I thought of you this week, and it's not necessarily on just let me tell the story, and I'll tell you how it came back to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So last Thursday, I got a phone call in the middle of the night from my mother, asking to go to the hospital. And my mom my mom is a tough one. She doesn't like to go to the doctor. She especially like the ER in the middle of the night. So I knew something was up. So ended up having to get an ambulance. We went to St. Luke's, who took amazing care of her. And one of the questions that came to me was, are you her healthcare proxy? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes, because I remember having the conversation that I am, but I don't remember if I did the paperwork. And and all of a sudden it's like, because I sat there with my mom during the conversation and during all of the stuff, and I know we did a will, and I know that we signed the will, but I don't remember if we ever signed the other documents. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, Jen is like, you should have signed it. No.
You should know.
Yeah, but here's the thing, proof is in the pudding. You can't wait until it's too late to have this stuff done. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's always the bottom line. If you plan ahead and plan for the worst and keep hoping for the best. But you need to have those documents in place. So it's, like I always say, put your own oxygen mask on first to make sure that everything's in place for if the worst happens. And not only that, decisions can be made for you, but that whatever you want protected is protected, and that you can move forward no matter what's going on in the world around you. At least your little bubble will be protected.
No, absolutely. And by the way, mom's good. She got discharged yesterday.
Wow.
She's home, happy, all full of the you-know-what and vinegar. So, I knew she was ready to bust out of that popsicle stand when she started, complaining about stuff. So,
right. And then did you go home immediately and check through her documents and make sure everything's in place?
Yes. That was that legit. When we got back to the house, I'm like, all right, where's the stuff? Okay, here it is. Yep, there it is right there. Because she didn't think that we did, and I thought that we had. So, it was, we're in the middle we're in front of the doctor at St. Luke's, and he's like, they asked me point blank, are you the healthcare proxy? I'm like, yes, absolutely. my mom's all doped up on morphine, being like, we didn't sign the paper. I'm like, yes, we did.
Right.
Oh man. But if you want to make sure that you are set for your future, Estate Planning Law Center is the way to go. French Road, New Hartford, 793-3622, eplawcenter.com. A little earlier, we were talking about how literally like that, you need to know what's going on and what people's wishes are, because life can change so quickly.
Right.
And I told you the story about my mom going to the hospital. She's fine now and whatnot. But in that moment, it was, wow, I'm really glad that we took the time to do it, because now there's no problems. I want to talk to you about just a blanket why estate planning and what people can do and what people can plan for, even though there's no urgency right here, right now.
Right. Most importantly is to make sure that the rules that you want to put in place are put in place. Don't just let it be defaulted to whatever the government and or the court system might have in place for you. There are backups, but it might not be what you wish for or ever even intended.
Now, Jen, when you say rules, what do you mean rules? Rules about what?
Like if someone who can make medical decisions for you and when that can happen, if you don't have documents in place, you might need to go through a very long, drawn-out court proceeding, like a guardianship proceeding, to get someone to have the authorities to do that. And it really can be like a trial, even when everyone is in agreement, because the judge is tasked with making sure that you really are incapacitated in the eyes of the law.
Now, beyond the healthcare proxy, what other things are really beneficial to make sure that you plan ahead, especially with the Estate Planning Law Center?
Right. I think that it is paramount for everyone, at the very least, to have the basic documents that I call a will, a healthcare proxy, and a power of attorney. The healthcare proxy deals with someone making medical decisions if you can't make them for yourself. The power of attorney would allow someone to handle financial decisions for you. What if you were laid up and you couldn't get your bills paid, or you needed to start planning for long-term care? Someone else could do it for you, and at least your basic will would say where you would want your things to go when you pass away. So it'd be like a roadmap at the very least. And that's even without there's all different reasons to get into trust planning and all that, and that's what we talk about at our workshops.
And listen, let my experience help you get yourself situated so that way you don't have to second guess things. Heaven forbid something happen in your world, in your bubble, in your circle. Contact the Estate Planning Law Center, French Road, New Hartford, 793-3622, eplawcenter.com. They have free workshops that you can attend to learn the basics and to answer all of your questions and then move on from there. They are low pressure, and this is what these folks do for a living. This is what they do. They know all of it. So trust them to help you out with your future. Jen, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is the Estate Planning Law Center, French Road, New Hartford, eplawcenter.com. Center